As you can see, I've come to Premier League club, my beloved West Ham, where I come to watch my team week on week. And today, I'm here to talk about something a little bit more important. The club is back in our half-time team talk campaign, which is all about encouraging men to open up about their mental health. Now, some of the biggest conversations happen in the team's dressing room, so I'm heading in to meet former West Ham players Anton Ferdinand and Colton Cole to talk tactics when it comes to our own mental health. You see fans, men and women, crying when their team lose, screaming with passion, upset, emotional. Why is that okay, but they can't talk about their own mental health?
A winning emotion is very different to a personal emotion. When it becomes personal, it's harder to speak about, especially as men.
You're not any weaker if you talk. No. That's the way I look at it.
If anything, you're stronger. You're the brave one to do it.
And you're actually helping others.
You two, and people like you are speaking out and saying, look, we do it. That will make them go, oh, if my hero can do it, I can do it.
Yeah.
A lot of people going through mental health issues or depression don't know they're in it until they come out. And that's the dangerous part.
You're both dads. Do you both look out for that in your kids?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, definitely do. When I was growing up, I never saw emotions from my dad. It was always hard love, tough love, and I appreciated it as I got older. We're in a new world now where you're more emotionally vulnerable. The life that we're living in, the world we're living in right now, is social media driven. And this is why these talks are really, really important for us to express and show the next generation of young men and women that it is okay to speak.
What do you think about this campaign?
There's even more reason to speak now.
We've all got a responsibility for each other. And I feel that that's what everybody needs to understand. It's not just me. I've got to look outside of my circle as well to try and help if I can.
What I think is so important is checking in on people that look okay. Because that could be the person that actually is worse than the person that doesn't look alright.
Sometimes it's good for one of my mates or something to say, yeah, Colton has got it sussed all the time, but sometimes he might need help, you know, and I want to be there to help him when he does need help.
And you've got a brother, Rio, who also played football.
The balance and what's happened in our family life over the course of the years that have been well documented has softened us in a way where we understand and know it is right to check in on each other. It's right to openly speak as a family and make sure that we're okay so we can make sure we can help our kids because they're the most important people in our lives.
But obviously your brother lost his wife, which must have been a terribly tough time. But there would have been people that think, oh, it's Rio Ferdinand, he'll get over it more than the guy next door. But how much did you have to be there for him at that moment?
I was shoulder to shoulder with him through that, and that's what you do as a family, you know.
Trauma does change you inside, and not a lot of people can probably see what's going on inside you, because if you don't talk, how is anyone supposed to know?
And it's not only the players opening up about mental health, but also the fans too. Why is it so important that clubs like West Ham take on these initiatives?
It's crucial. Sport, particularly football, is a very social setting. It's packed out every single match day. It's a real opportunity to shine a light on mental health and actually suicide prevention.
Sadly, your brother took his own life just after lockdown. That he never spoke out, he never told you, you never had really any idea.
I never really knew the extent of Josh's mental health struggles. It was just after lockdown. Lots of people were finding things tough, lots of people were isolated. We had no idea just how bad it was for Josh. Josh was 21 years old. He was my only sibling, my best friend. He was a huge West Ham fan, big football fan, and life really has just never been the same really since that point for myself and my parents. I can't stress enough how important it is to talk, because if you don't, you're just bottling it up and it gets worse.
Tell me about Ripple and this amazing thing that you've set up.
It's a suicide prevention charity. It's a piece of technology. It can be downloaded as a browser extension. If somebody was to go online and search for something to do with the topic of self-harm or suicide, then it would intervene, interrupt that search, and instead signpost that person to mental health support services. West Ham, for me, have just been phenomenal with supporting my charity. Not only have they deployed Ripple as a browser extension to protect all of their staff, but they've also put it on all of their academy computers. They've even put it on the Wi-Fi at stadiums and at training facilities as well. So if any of their players, fans, staff were to search for something harmful, my technology intervenes and gets them to the support services that they need.